Well, I want to welcome you once again. Thank you so much for showing up. I know that you're a busy man and your time is valuable, so I really appreciate it. Why don't you go ahead and start by telling us your name and then a little bit about your project? Well, thank you for having me here, Katie. My name is Robert Wilson, and I was involved in the discovering of the cosmic microwave radiation, which is the electromagnetic radiation which comes from all different directions of the universe. It can also be thought of as the faint uniform residual glow of light that fills the universe. Awesome. And so, what were you guys trying to do or find with this project? So with this experiment, Arno and I were actually trying to detect neutral hydrogen with a horn antenna radio at Bell Labs. Little did we know that when we were making this discovery that we would discover something even bigger. During the experiment, we encountered unwanted noise from the antenna that we were using at Bell Labs. Arno and I just assumed that pigeons were in the satellite disturbing the antenna, and so we tried everything to get those pigeons out. We used brooms, and then eventually we used shotguns, and that didn't work. And so once the shotguns didn't work, we realized that if there were no pigeons coming out of there, there were no pigeons in there. So we kind of had to brainstorm about what was interfering with the antenna, or what were we picking up. So after that, it was simply brainstorming and researching, and then we came to the idea that it was cosmic microwave background of the Earth, but it just took a while to get there. Where exactly did this project occur? So the project took place in Holmdel, New Jersey at Bell Labs in July 1965. The antenna was actually built in 1960, but we didn't get to start experimenting until 1965, mainly because the antenna was booked for commercial use of the Echo. And so Arno and I finally got to use this antenna for our own experiments in 1965. Okay. And so do you remember any specific events around the world that were going on at the time of your project? There are a couple things I can remember about this year. I remember that during the time of the project, President Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. It was also during the time of the Vietnam War, and I can vividly remember about 4 months prior, 3,500 troops were sent to Vietnam, so that was all going on at the time. And who else was involved in this project? Others were attempting to find some evidence about the cosmic microwave background, but Arno and I beat them to it, basically. We actually received the Physics Nobel Prize in 1978 for our findings, and I've always felt a little sorry for those other scientists since we kind of stumbled upon their data by accident, but I guess that's just how life goes sometimes, you know? What was your specific role in this project? So originally, Arno asked me to be on this project of finding and detecting neutral hydrogen because I have had some experience with masers to amplify weak signals during other experiments that I was involved in. After the transition of figuring out that's not what we were going to find, both Arno and I had the role of trying to figure out exactly what data and evidence that we had. So it kind of changed. So what impact would you say that your project had on the physics community as a whole? So specific to the physics community, I can remember that Robert Dicke used our evidence to supplement his theories and ideas on the Big Bang. Although this has been used multiple times to supplement the validity of the Big Bang theory, I never believed this to be true. I'm trained in steady state theory, and therefore I believe that there was no beginning of the universe, nor will there be an end to the universe. For this reason, Arno and I only specifically reported our observations and findings of our experiment and not the application. And so just one more question for you, Robert. What is your hope for this project? How would you like for it to continue on and help with research for years to come? It's a great question. I think in years to come, I hope that this project isn't just to supplement the Big Bang Theory like it has been in the past couple years. I hope that more physics students will understand the vastness of the universe. I hope that more scientists will research the universe and how old it is, or detect specific findings about how vast space is. I hope that it becomes more than what it has been in the past couple years. Well, thank you again, Robert, for coming out for this interview today. I couldn't agree more with you. I think that for years to come, your discovery of cosmic microwave background of the Earth will help further research, about the universe and space for many years to come. So thanks for your efforts, and thanks for your efforts today. Well, thank you, Katie, for this opportunity to come here to this interview and speak candidly on our findings. Arno sends his best wishes. He wished that he could be here to interview as well, but he's stuck in a lab experimenting more. So we appreciate the opportunity.